priority, guys. So not much is happening in the game right now. So I thought I'd make a quick video about how you should go about exchanging the advanced ticket stubs. Now, at first, you might look at this and think, well, it's a currency that you build up by summoning. Surely it's not that important, So you 9 times out of 10 you're gonna have the incentive to then go after this and this. However, straight away the thing I want to suggest to you guys is save these as much as you can, and max out Kisuke. Now, I'm sure some of you already thought about this, or if you haven't, maybe you're a new player and you have no idea which one of these characters is just that good. I'm gonna save you the time and tell you it's Kisuke. Now, in this whole game, right, there are 2 characters right now, despite the fact that we have really strong other characters too, but right at the top, these 2 characters are the best. There's no debate about it. One of them is Aizen, and the second is Kisuke right here. Now, Kisuke, is an unlimited character. It's one of the base SSRs. So, whether you're pay to win or free to play, maxing this character out should be your priority, and it's possible for both. Now, you look at these characters right here. Why not max these guys out? Well, already Ikaku's been replaced by Gin, and Yoruichi's been replaced by Grimjaw whenever he drops, and whoever, I don't know what category attribute Kenpachi's going to be, but I'm guessing it's going to be Slash. But point being is, all these characters have already kind of been aged out and replaced. So in terms of tacticians too, now obviously the ideal tactician is then Aizen. So realistically, you probably shouldn't be focusing on these guys. Now, the exception being Kamamura and Tosen, because, we got Gin for Tosen, and then Kamamura is going to have Grimjaw. So you could potentially keep building these characters a little bit, but that's only once. My suggestion is you max this character out. Again, there's multiple reasons behind that, because look, a lot of characters that are going to be, using their bankais are probably going to be on Slash. Wester Lord Ichigo's going to be on Slash. Dankai Ichigo's going to be on Slash. So a lot of these characters, 9 times out of 10, are going to be on Slash. And these are going to be really powerful characters. These are going to be characters that are going to be on anniversary. They're going to be on some kind of events. And outside of all these getting aged out, this character isn't going to age out. He is just that damn good. He's really, really good. So another thing about him is how friendly he is in terms of free to play. Realistically speaking, if you really don't care about the kind of damage he's doing, you just need one of these. Once you have one of his weapon stamps, you don't need to get multiple copies and try to get his ascension up. The only 2 priorities for this guy is first trying to get his core stamp maxed, which depending on RNG could happen pretty much straight away, or it's going to take you a little while. But it is doable, it is possible, and again, it's really friendly in terms of, accessibility. And then, of course, the main thing that I would suggest you to exchange those, stumps for would be his ascensions. Because as you can see, he gets better and better. Much better. He gets better and better with all these. So now what that means is eventually, right, even if you don't use him on a Slash team, but eventually he's going to be put on a Slash team where he's going to be a nuke enabler. So the new character is going to be super, super strong, broken, high damage, but then he's also going to be enabling that damage. Like, he's going to be the perfect sort of missing piece that fits into that Slash team. Him, and say hypothetically you have Aizen, him, and then whoever that Slash character is, that's going to be the DPS. But like I said, I can't suggest this enough though. If you, again, haven't thought about it or haven't really been focusing on this, maybe you prioritize on other things. Look, man, I genuinely think out of all these options, this guy right here is a safe bet. Because really what he is of Bleach, he's basically the Bronya of Bleach. HSR has been around for 3 years now, and Bronya still gets used. She's that damn good, and this guy is arguably just as good. So my advice is max him out. Once you maxed him out, then you can go after these right here. But I think this currency is super rare, and you should be a little bit you should probably plan out what you're going to be doing with it. My advice, again, max this guy out. Once you have him, then you can just go after these. Then it doesn't really matter. I don't think these other ones are worth it, especially since eventually down the line we're going to get better replacement tacticians and DPSs for these categories.